Picture this. It's a normal spring day in 1974. A group of Chinese farmers are digging a well near the city of Xi'an. Suddenly, their shovel hits something hard. It's not a rock, it's a human head. But not a real one. It's made of clay, and it's over 2,000 years old. And today, you'll find out why. Because what lies inside could kill you in minutes. And if it doesn't, it will destroy the most precious artifacts in human history forever. Stay until the end, because the final reason will absolutely blow your mind. What they found next changed history forever. Buried 16 feet underground was an entire army. 8,000 clay warriors, each one unique, each with their own face, complete with horses, chariots, and weapons. But here's what really shocked everyone. Local farmers had been hearing strange sounds coming from beneath the ground for years before the discovery. And 8,000 warriors? That's not a random number. In ancient China, they believed this was a magical number, a number of protection between worlds. This army guards something so dangerous that even now, 50 years after the discovery, no archaeologist dares to enter. When archaeologists arrived after the farmer's call, they couldn't believe their eyes. The first warrior looked so realistic, it seemed like he had simply frozen in time. But this was just the beginning. The following months of excavation revealed the true scale of the find. Row after row, hundreds, thousands of figures. Archers in battle stance, mounted cavalry, generals in full uniform. Even the horses were incredibly detailed, with muscles, manes, each strand individually sculpted. But archaeologists quickly realized one horrifying thing. Every figure they pulled from the ground was brightly painted. Reds, blues, greens, purples. These warriors once looked like living people. Once, because within 15 minutes of contact with air, all the paint began to crack and crumble. They watched as 2,000-year-old beauty was destroyed before their eyes. And there was nothing they could do. That's when archaeologists asked themselves, if this is just the guard, what exactly are they guarding? To understand the answer, we need to go back 2,200 years. 259 BC. China is divided into 7 warring states. In one of them, the state of Qin, a boy named Ying is born. At 13 years old, he became king. Imagine, you're 13, and you rule a kingdom where every other person wants to kill you. Most children would have broken, but not him. Ying solved the problem simply. He eliminated all enemies, not just them, but their entire families. He left no one who could take revenge. By age 22, everyone who could threaten him was dead. And the young king got what he craved, absolute power. And then something incredible began. In 247 BC, the 7 states had been at war with each other for 200 years. The young king needed only 9 years to conquer them all. 221 BC, for the first time in history, all of China was united under one ruler. But simply ruling wasn't enough for him. He wanted to enter history as a god. So he gave himself a new name, Qin Shi Huang, which means First Divine Emperor of Qin. And here's where the madness begins. He standardized everything in the empire. The writing system, laws, currency, even the width of cartwheels, so they could travel all roads equally. He built thousands of miles of roads, expanded defensive structures in the north, what we now know as the Great Wall of China. Qin Shi Huang changed China forever. His reforms lasted 2,000 years. But there was one problem even the greatest emperor couldn't handle. Death. Imagine, you've conquered the entire known world. You're a god emperor. Millions obey your will. And suddenly you realize, one day it will all end. You will die, and all your greatness will vanish. For Qin Shi Huang, This was unacceptable. He became obsessed with the idea of immortality, but not just immortality, transformation. He believed that the elixir made from mercury would transform him into a dragon, a sacred creature that lives forever. He spent enormous amounts of money and resources searching for the elixir of eternal life. His most famous venture, he sent an entire fleet east to search for the mythical island of Penglai, where supposedly immortal people lived. The expedition never returned, probably because the island doesn't exist. But the emperor didn't give up. He ordered his palace-appointed alchemists to create an elixir of immortality, and they did. The emperor drank these miraculous potions like a madman, every day, gallons of it. The problem? The main ingredient was cinnabar, a bright red form of mercury sulfide. They called it dragon's blood, one of the most toxic minerals on Earth. The irony is cruel. The elixir of immortality killed him. At 49 years old, the great emperor died. But before his death, he managed to create something absolutely incredible. If he couldn't live forever in this world, he would rule forever in the next. And in ancient beliefs, mercury wasn't just poison. It was the boundary between the world of the living and the dead. The rivers of mercury in his tomb weren't just protection. They were a mystical barrier between worlds. At just 13 years old, upon becoming king, Yingzheng began building his tomb. 40 years, 700,000 workers. The largest construction project in the ancient world. What exactly did they build? Imagine Manhattan. Now imagine all of it. Underground. Palaces, government buildings, watchtowers, armories. An entire underground city. The tomb's area is 22 square miles. I'll repeat, 22 square miles underground. This is the largest tomb ever built by man. And even the word tomb doesn't fit here. This is an underground empire, and the army of 8,000 warriors? That's just the guard. They stand outside, preventing anyone from entering. But here's what's really scary. Many of those 700,000 workers never left this place. They were buried alive inside to ensure the tomb's secrets remained secret forever. Before their deaths, according to legend, they cursed anyone who would disturb their master. The curse of the first emperor, spoken by dying men with their last breath. And some archaeologists who worked on the Terracotta Army excavations, they report strange incidents, equipment malfunctions, unexplained accidents. But that's superstition. Or is it? 100 years after the emperor's death, a historian named Sima Qian wrote a detailed description of the tomb. And what he described sounds like something from an Indiana Jones movie. According to him, the tomb is protected by traps, hidden crossbows that automatically shoot at anyone who tries to enter. But that's not all. Inside there's a map, not an ordinary map, but a three-dimensional model of all of China, with mountains, valleys, cities. And the most amazing thing, the rivers on this map are real. They flow, but it's not water. It's liquid mercury. Dragon's blood flowing through an underground kingdom. Most historians laughed at this description. Rivers of mercury? Come on, that's fantasy. That's what they thought until 2020. Summer 2020, a team of scientists conducts air analysis above the tomb. The results shocked them. Mercury vapor levels 100 times higher than normal. Based on this data, they calculated there are about 100 tons of liquid mercury inside the tomb. 100 tons. This confirmed. Sima Qian wasn't lying. The mercury rivers really exist. Scientists also detected magnetic anomalies above the tomb. Unexplained energy readings. Local residents still report hearing strange sounds from underground at night. And if he wasn't lying about the mercury, then he wasn't lying about the traps either. That's why archaeologists are afraid to open the tomb, right? No. And this is the most interesting part. Let's be realistic. Traps created 2,200 years ago. Whatever mechanisms are there, tripwires, pressure plates, they're long rusted and broken. The chance they still work, practically zero. What about the mercury? We have protective suits. It's dangerous, yes, but manageable. So if it's not traps and not mercury, what's really stopping archaeologists? Remember the terracotta warriors at the beginning of the video? How they were brightly painted, but the paint disappeared in 15 minutes. Here's your answer. Archaeologists aren't afraid for themselves. They're afraid for the tomb. The entire tomb has been sealed for over 2,000 years. It's a perfectly preserved environment, without oxygen, without moisture, without light. The moment we break that seal, every artifact inside will begin to deteriorate. Silk fabrics will crumble to dust. Wooden structures will collapse. Paints will vanish. Papyrus will turn to powder. We're talking about the greatest archaeological find in history. Inside, there might be texts that will change our understanding of history. Works of art of incredible beauty. Technologies we don't even suspect exist. And one wrong decision will destroy it all forever. Yes, we have technologies for preserving artifacts. Sealed chambers, protective coatings, environmental control. But not on this scale. How do you create a hermetically sealed tent the size of Manhattan? History is full of examples of archaeologists destroying what they were trying to save. The 1800s, Heinrich Schliemann completely destroyed the remains of ancient Troy during excavations. Howard Carter literally broke King Tutankhamun's mummy while extracting it from the sarcophagus. If they had waited, if they had patience, if they had trusted future technologies, how many priceless artifacts would have been preserved? Modern archaeologists have learned from past mistakes. They're waiting, not because they're afraid, but because they're wise enough. Maybe in 10 years, we'll invent technology that will allow us to open the tomb safely. Maybe in 50. But it's better to wait a century than to destroy the greatest wonder of the ancient world in a matter of hours. The curse of the first emperor isn't supernatural. It's the curse of impatience. The curse of destroying what we seek to discover. The real guardians of this tomb aren't the 8,000 clay warriors or the rivers of mercury or ancient traps. The real guardian is time itself. The tomb of Qin Shi Huang still waits, underground, in darkness, untouched by human hands for 2,200 years. Inside, rivers of mercury flowing through an underground kingdom, possibly working traps, designed by minds that believed in magic as much as engineering, and treasures that surpass any discovery in the history of archaeology. Somewhere in that darkness, according to ancient belief, the first emperor still rules, not as a corpse, but as something else. Something between man and dragon, between life and death. The magnetic anomalies, the strange sounds, the curse spoken by 700,000 dying workers. Maybe it's all just coincidence. Or maybe one day we'll go inside. But not today, because true wisdom isn't about doing everything right now. It's about waiting for the right moment. What do you think? Should we risk it and open the tomb now? Or is it better to wait? Write in the comments. If you found this video interesting, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. There are many more incredible stories ahead. See you in the next video.